If you still don't believe we landed on the moon, you're just craving the attention. But I do confess, there is one thing you could bring up that I could understand your hesitation on. And man, did a lot of y'all bring it up. The dangers of the Van Allen belts. The Van Allen belts are massive radiation belts encircling the Earth, protecting us from solar wind and cosmic rays. These belts have two layers, the outer one filled with billions of high energy particles from the sun, and the inner created by cosmic rays interacting with the Earth's atmosphere. They were discovered in 1958 by James Van Allen. Some conspiracy theorists claim that it's impossible for humans to travel safely through the Van Allen belts. However, Van Allen himself debunked this, saying the claim that radiation poisoning would have been fatal to the astronauts is nonsense. And in case you don't believe me, here is a letter to Van Allen asking him to confirm he said this. And down here in the bottom, you can see he wrote, "This is a completely correct quotation from my letter," and then signed it. In fact, most of the Apollo missions minimize the radiation for astronauts by sending the spacecraft at high speeds through thinner areas of the belts. Their intensity also fluctuates with solar activity, so by monitoring the sun, we can know the best times for space travel. Not to mention, the spacecraft is designed with specific materials that act as a barrier against high energy particles by absorbing or deflecting the particles. And they often have multiple layers of shielding. The critical components inside the spacecraft are also typically housed in additional shielded enclosures. For reference, the Apollo 11 crew had received 0.18 rem each on average. To compare, one CT scan delivers about 1 rem, and in order to kill an adult human, you'd have to deliver 300 rem or more in a very short span of time. So yeah, 0.18 rem is definitely fine and safe. So because we know where the belts are, when to fly through them, and we can do that quickly while protecting the astronauts through material shielding, flying through the belts is not dangerous. But if you still have other moon landing questions, check out my playlist on this for some frequently asked questions that I've already answered.